Welcome to Be Me with Shari Ware, the podcast where each day is a step towards a better you and where we focus on progress, not perfection. Join me as we embark on a journey of self-improvement and wellness, focusing on being just a little better than we were yesterday.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Be Me podcast. I'm your host, Shari Ware, and today we are going to be talking about Be Me Bites. What is Be Me Bites? So Be Me Bites is a weekly newsletter that I decided to start writing earlier in the year. It was a way to keep me consistent with content, and so far it has worked. I call it Be Me Bites because it's Be Me, as you know, stands for Better Me Every Day. And I wanted it to be in small chunks, things that you can easily implement, because we can have all of the tools and all of the knowledge in the world, but it's no use to us, makes absolutely no difference in our lives if we don't actually implement the tools and the knowledge that we have. So I wanted each episode, or each edition, I should say, to be small, bite-sized chunks, something that you can easily, quickly consume and implement into your life in a consistent way. So as well as it's keeping me consistent with content, the idea was also to help you to be consistent with actually creating a better you, step by step, one small bite at a time. So Be Me Bites stands for Better Me Every Day in a bite-sized way, your weekly bite of betterment. As I'm recording this, I've just released, I release it every Friday. I send it out every Friday. And the reason why I send it out every Friday is because I know, especially for people that are time poor, things can come into your inbox, and this is definitely, I'm in this category. This is all of the things that I do are as much for me as they are for you. I just know that I need help with these things and I need them to be easy. And so I create them in a way that's helpful for me. And I know that if it's helpful for me, then it's going to be helpful for other people. So I release it on a Friday so that most people have weekends off from work. Most people, not everybody. But for those that do, it gives them the weekend to read the topic for the week and actually start to implement. So I just felt that Friday was a good way. It gets your weekend off to a good start, and it gives you time over the weekend to actually process what you need to process in regards to it. And if it's not your weekend, well, you know, you'll have it for whenever your weekend is. So that was the intention of sending it out on a Friday morning. And I have sent it out every Friday so far. Sometimes it hasn't gone out on Friday morning my time, but it has been Friday morning somewhere in Australia. So I've been successful to date, and my intention is to keep that up. So some of the things that you will be able to, just to give you an idea of some of the things that we've already covered, we have so far, I just sent out edition number 19. I sent that out on Friday. And some of the most popular editions that I've sent out so far is Be Me Bites number 3. Why do you do what you do? Part 1. Now that turned into a 6-part series, and the reason why it turned into a 6-part series is because, as I said at the beginning, I want everything to be bite-sized chunks so that it's easy to consume and, more importantly, easy to implement. So you just can't put too much in one. And so we did it step by step. And part 1 was the first part in the series of Why Do You Do What You Do? And it was about the fact that there is a reason why you do every single thing that you do as a human being, whether it's a behavior that serves you or not. And if it is something that you are indulging in, or a behavior that you are exhibiting regularly, then it's meeting a need of some kind. So that's what episode 3 was all about, or edition 3. Edition number 4 was also another popular one, and it was Why You Do What You Do Part 2. And that was all about your why. And it's not always your why to why you want to do something that's important. That is definitely important. But sometimes even more important is, what are the reasons why you don't want to do something? And sometimes they're not conscious, and that's where the problem lies. They're subconscious, and so there's some work to do around that. If you're trying to do something and you're not being successful, then that's something you definitely want to look at. So that's what edition number 4 was about. Another popular one was edition number 11, which is all about the benefits of meditation, why you want to do it, how does it benefit you, and then I also gave you some easy ways that you can start to incorporate meditation into your life. So I don't just give you information, I also give you reasons why do you want to do it, first of all, so that you can decide for yourself if it's something that can benefit you. And then if you do decide after reading that, okay, this is something that you don't do and you really do want to do, I give you easy ways to actually implement and start to create the habit that you want to create. Another one that was really popular was number 12, which is all about your reticular activating system, which is a lot of times people talk about your RAS. It is one of the wonders of your brain. Your most precious gift is your brain, and sometimes it works in weird, wonderful, and mysterious ways. So you learn all about what it is, what it does, and some ways that you can leverage your RAS to serve you better. And number 17 was also a really popular one, and that was all about mindfulness, what it is, why you might want to do it, how it's going to benefit you, and then some easy ways to implement it into your life if that's something that you decide you want to do. Now, as an ethical bribe, if you don't already think that this is something that's really great for you, that you would get a lot of benefit out of, and you want to subscribe, you actually don't have to subscribe. I will be completely honest with you. The beautiful thing about the platform that I decided to do my newsletter on, I do it on a platform called Beehive. Not only can I create the newsletter, that was my 11:11 alarm, and normally I would edit something like that out. I actually forgot to check that if I had an alarm due to go off, and I usually stop them so that it doesn't interrupt my recording. However, I do like to be notified of 11:11. It's an angel number, and I'm always looking for angel numbers, and I think that it's beautiful that actually happened while I was recording a podcast episode. And recording days for anything for me are a bit of a challenge for me at the moment. So I think that was a confirmation, the universe saying, well done, you're doing it. And so I'm not editing it out. I'm going to leave it there. And I actually also schedule my Be Me Bites, my newsletter, to go out at 11:11 on a Friday morning when I am on time and get to schedule it in, rather than doing it at the last minute, which sometimes happens. Life happens sometimes. I know that we all know that. So if you don't already have the urge to join Be Me Bites, you don't actually have to subscribe, to be 100% honest with you. The platform, as I was saying, that I do my newsletter on, gives me the ability to create the newsletter, send it out to my subscribers, and it also populates it onto my subscription page, so that you can actually just go and look at all of the past editions and read them all at your leisure whenever you want. And that is the way that it's going to stay for the foreseeable future. I may change that in the future if I decide that I want to make people subscribe. I can. It's an option. I can make it so that you have to subscribe, otherwise you can't read anything. But at this point, I am just really happy for this information to be out in the world, easy to consume. There's so many people that just do not even know that some of these things are a thing. they get frustrated with themselves because they're trying to achieve something, and they've set themselves a goal, or they want to create better habits or stop something that maybe they've got a habit they really don't like, and they're trying to stop it, and they're not being successful, and then they don't understand why, and they've got all the self-talk going on, beating up on themselves, telling themselves all kinds of stories about how they're not good enough and how they have no willpower and can't stick to things. Whatever it is, we all know about that voice inside our head. And it's actually not true and correct. If you are trying to achieve something in your life and you're not able to achieve it, it's because there is a subconscious reason why. There is something in there that is stopping you. Sometimes you might be aware of what it is, and sometimes you have absolutely no clue of what it is. So it's really important for this information to be out there, for it to be easily found, because what's always happened in my own life, and what I know happens with other people, is that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So when somebody is looking for that information, I want it to be there, and I want it to be easy to access. So for the foreseeable future, you do not have to subscribe. Now, why would you want to subscribe? Well, as an ethical bribe, if you do subscribe, I will give you a free online copy of any one of my books. So when you do subscribe, you get a welcome email. And in that welcome email, it gives you the instructions of how you can claim your free book. What are the benefits of subscribing? The benefit of subscribing is that every Friday morning, your email will go to your newsletter for the week, will go to your inbox, and you don't have to go looking for it. You don't have to remember, I need to go and check out what is the latest edition on Be Me Bites, because it might be something that benefits me. It will be there in your inbox. If you see it and you think, I don't really care about meditation, you don't ever have to open it or read it, but at least it'll be there easily for you to consume if you want it. So that's why you might want to join, why you might want to subscribe. So that is all about Be Me Bites. That's it for this episode, and I will see you in the next episode of the Be Me podcast. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Remember to check out the show notes, and if you have any comments, feedback or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. If you've received value from this podcast, make sure to subscribe, and I'd love you to rate and review the show. Have a fabulous day.